A very warm and good evening to everybody. Welcome to the inaugural IWFCIS Business Brand Hour. And today we have with us Annie, who is the president, and we will kind of interview her because this is a kickoff session. We're going to ask her, what is the objective of this business brand hour. And over to you, Annie.
All right, okay, hi everyone, and of course a very good evening to Eugene. I know you just rushed back home from your full day of training. All right, so thank you so much for stepping up to offer to host this particular event. All right, I know when we first spoke about this, we were like, okay, should we have a man to host? I mean, after all, this is IWFCIS. It's like a platform for women entrepreneurs. But I guess after our little discussion, we feel that hey, look, I think we need to also be inclusive, all right. And I think it's nice to have a male host and to ask us some maybe important business question that maybe the audience would like to know what are my members doing. And yes, like what you say. So what is the purpose of this particular activity or this particular program that IWFCI is doing? Like what the title says, is our business brand hour. For those of you who do not already know, IWFCI is a platform for women entrepreneurs, women in business, and even professional women. And the purpose really is for us to meet and network and see how we can help to build each other's business. We also want to have it like somewhat like a what do you call it, like an ecosystem. So we try to help members to grow their business. How much and how far can we help them build their business? Really, it's also dependent on how much they share with us, so that we know that we can help them scale. So besides Singapore, our headquarters is in Australia. We have another 10 other chapters around the world. The latest chapter being the South Africa chapter. And as we speak now, we are actually in talks and in discussion with Nepal and Bangladesh to see whether there's a possibility of having chapters in these two other countries. So what we can do for them is, if you tell me that, even Eugene, if you decide to join us as a member, all right, and you want to know whether, can we help scale your business, tell us what do you think you may want to do. All right, for your business, whether it's an SEO business or any other business that you may have that we do not know yet, and you say, hey, Annie, I want to go to South Africa. Sure, tell us, how can we help you? So this business brand hour is exactly that, because many a times, right, okay, to be very fair to my members, the last 1 year has been crazy because we were rushing our Global Women Trade Summit. It's a flagship event that all chapters has to organize. So we felt that we kind of like neglected our members. All right, and I don't think that's being very fair to the members, right? Because they were there to support us. So we therefore sat down with the team to decide that, hey, I think now that we have successfully pulled off the Global Trade Summit, it's time we refocus our energy and our resources to our members. All right, and therefore that's the purpose of this particular business hour, is because we really want to put that effort back and let member have the chance truly to share with us, to share with the audience watching now or watching in future. What do they do? What kind of business are they in? And how can, how do they want to see themselves or see their business being scaled out of maybe out of Singapore? All right, so really that's in a nutshell. I think it's a very big nutshell. In the nutshell, that's what the purpose of this business brand hour is all about.
Yes, and if you have just tuned in, we would like to let you know that we are live streaming this on Facebook, YouTube, and also LinkedIn, right? So welcome to the IWFCIS Business Brand Hour. And Annie has already told us this inspiring concept of why this Business Brand Hour is being conceptualized. It is to basically showcase the members and what they are doing, to give them more exposure, and so that they will be, at the end of the day, get more business. So wherever you're watching us, we would like to say, you'll just leave a comment where you are watching us from. and we will actually say hi to you the moment we get your comments, right? So, Annie, we have the first one.
Okay, Miss Ann Foy is actually our immediate past president. Yeah,
Hi,
she's the
Miss
one that.
Anne.
Yeah, she's the one that handed the heavy baton to me. It's like, okay.
Very nice to have you, and thanks for watching. We feel very encouraged. So if you guys are tuning in, just say hi. We want to see where are you coming from and who you are, right? We'll give you a shout out as well, right?
Hi,
Hannah.
Hannah. Yes, hi,
Hannah is my
Hannah.
good friend. Hannah, how's your secret lab chair?
And
Nice
I
to
think
see you, Hannah.
I guess I want to add, right? We have close to 50 members. However, for this first run of the this business brand hour, we are focusing on, excluding myself, we are focusing 6 members first. All right, but I also want to put it out there that we didn't kind of handpick members. It's just that because when we send out our invitation, like fastest finger first, right? All right. So in business, it's the same. Fastest finger. Where if you want to be showcased, you tell us fast enough, we will showcase you. So, but I want to put it out there that it will be our aim as much as possible to showcase all our members, right? Because I think it's in a way it's only fair. Unless you are a little bit shy, you don't want to come on live, then that is your choice. Right? Otherwise, we would really want to showcase all our members and really give them the chance to tell the world what business are they in, and how do they want their business to grow. So yes, so now we only have
Yep.
6. That will take us until about April, about around March. Right, we're going to do this once a week. There's only a break during the Chinese New Year week. All right, because I think everybody's going to be busy. So this week is myself. Next week, there's 1 member. Then we have a 1-week pause, and then we have another 5 more members. Then after that, we'll take a look. I mean, we also want to hear from you. Whether do you think that this is something that you enjoy, this is something useful, and how can we do better? All right, then when we do our second run, then Eugene and myself, or the team, we can know whether how can we further improve and make it even more effective for you.
And as we said, the snowball has started rolling, right? So it will only get bigger and bigger. More and more members will get on this bandwagon, and this is an awesome opportunity to showcase each member's unique business. And yes, Hannah say her chair is no longer secret because I've announced it. Yeah, and we welcome my good friend Marvin, who is tuning in from KL and from LinkedIn. Hi there. Hi, bro. Nice
I
to
can
see
see the
you.
LinkedIn logo. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Thank
from
you for joining
LinkedIn.
us.
Right. Yeah.
We
So
actually have a chapter in Malaysia as well.
mm,
Yeah, we have
okay.
a chapter in Malaysia. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. That's nice. That's nice to hear. And we also feel very very inspired that we have started this. Basically, it's an awesome way to showcase the good work that you guys are doing, and it's an additional opportunity for members to get to know each other member on a personal basis on what they do, what is their inspiration behind this, and things like that. And as we shared, that this talk show is essentially created to highlight the members' diverse businesses, right?
Yes,
And
because
we
for the last,
have yes, go ahead.
and yeah, for the last, I think I say the last year or so, very much whatever we do was very much back to IWFCIS, because we had to pull off the global summit, right? So that's why when we decided that, okay, since that's all done, we better and we have to refocus back. All right, because I think an association will be nowhere if we don't have our members. All right, so I think that the association exists because we need to serve the members. All right, so I think for that purpose itself, they had always, to be honest, the members had always been our focus. But we know that we kind of like stray a bit because we're like so stressed over the last event and all that. But we're very thankful all that is done. It might not come back under 10 years later, right? Because we've got 10 chapters, so it rotates. By the time it comes back, it's 10 years later. All right, so we say, yes, let's just look at what we can do for the members right now. So if members, you're watching, tuning in, you would like to, share with us how else you think we can, have activities for you to help improve the reach for your business. Tell us. I mean, there's only so much we can think of, right? Because my team, there's only 7 of us. So, we can only think of so much. And whatever we think of, we might feel that it is relevant. But you are in your business, you need to talk to us, right? If you join us as our member, but you don't even show up, you don't even talk to us, we can't help you. All right. So if you want us to help you, then you need to, tell us, you need to speak to us so that we can do what we can for you.
And we really share the excitement of my friend here, right? That says that he's actually just visiting KL and he's very interested to know about what other businesses are doing inside this awesome network. So stay tuned for the other business brand hour as what Annie has lined up, right? And it will definitely be exciting times.
Okay, Anne has asked us, is this going to be a monthly sharing? Okay, Anne, so for now, we're actually doing it weekly. So today I kick off with sharing a bit more about what the brand hour is about. And the next week one will be featuring a member. We'll have a 1-week break and then we'll come back for another 5 consecutive weeks. Then April onwards, whether it's going to be weekly or bi-week or twice a month, we will decide and we will see how this first 5 weekly goes. Right? Yeah. And when we did explore, right, between Eugene and myself, we did think that should we feature more than one? Then we said no. I think sometimes business could be, it could be so diverse, and it's like if we were to feature 2 person, then honestly speaking, the more dominant one is going to dominate the whole show. All right. So I think it's good that we just have 1 person. We only feature your business. So you have that 30 minutes to literally sell your business, right? So with no other competition, you better sell your business.
So it's like if like we invite two people to sing karaoke, right? The one that likes to sing will hog the mic. Yeah, so that's why it's good to have only one member that is highlighting the business. And it's I as what Hannah said, is a fireside chat. That is exactly what it is. Hello, Christina. Nice to see you.
What do you
Right.
like?
Sorry?
What like Amy? I know that's Mr. Jude Lim. What is like Amy?
Oh, we have Annie's fan in the house, Mr. Jude. And
I thought
Mr.
you're
Jude.
better from all your eating back home.
Wow, Mr. Jude. Mr. Jude. Mr. Jude is an awesome guy. He's doing design thinking. Right. Yeah. So as what you can see, this is what we are doing, and there's so much excitement. I think partly is also because of COVID, and now everything is opening up. I think it's about time that Business Brand Hour is here to position itself so that just to give members a little slight boost, right? Annie?
Yes. Because the thing is that I think during COVID, we also saw some members folding up their business and going back to the workforce. There's nothing wrong, because we need to know, or rather the members themselves has to be aware that what's important for them. I mean, if they need income to sustain the family and all that, there's nothing wrong in putting their business aside. But we just feel that, especially if you have been building your business for the last few years, and because of COVID, you literally just close it off, then it's a little bit wasted, right? So we hope that, with this business brand hour, for some, who's now struggling to restart the business, it can kind of help them a little bit, right? There's so much we can do, but I think important is that the members need to know what do they want, right? Okay, and only for small members, can we invite members? I think we are definitely open to explore. It's just that we need to be mindful of the time, the hours difference, right? Because this now Singapore is 8 o'clock. Some parts of the world is later, like in Australia, I know they're 3 hours ahead, so it might be a bit too late. And then India, South Africa is okay because it's probably their 5 or 6 o'clock, which is still okay. So I'm sure Eugene will be more than happy to host non-Singaporean members. All right.
That's for sure.
Let's see. I mean, we are definitely open to collaborate. I mean, after all, IWFCI, the main platform is for all of us to collaborate. And the beauty of it is, if you join the Singapore chapter, you are actually welcome as a member in our other chapters. Yeah, so you don't have to be joining all the other 10 chapters. You still will be recognized as a IWFCI member. So that's the beauty of it.
And that's really awesome that we have this. And also as we see from the comments, there's already excitement and interest building up, isn't it?
Yes. A lot working with. Yeah, correct. So different chapters will have different program. Like for example, I know the India chapter also have their own little fireside chat. They also run some entrepreneur workshop program that was recently launched. All right, and some will be I think the Malaysia chapter also recently announced some program. So some program, of course, will be more relevant for their respective country, but some program is or are open to members across the entire platform. Right, so some, for example, entrepreneur workshop, if it's virtual, then we can also join in the workshop. Yeah, so in the sense that we are trying to build this within Singapore, we hope to build this ecosystem where we try to help each members. And by the on the larger spectrum, which is the entire platform globally, we also try to work in such a way like it's like an ecosystem for all members. But then I also have people asking me, but Annie, what if I only want to base my business in Singapore? I mean, after all, for women, right? I mean, if you have family here, you might not be able to be as mobile as you wish to be. So what we tell them is that there's nothing wrong. Even if you choose to have your business only in Singapore, that doesn't mean that you're not successful, because you have certain objective, you have certain aim for your business, and there's nothing wrong. Right? So just tell us that, okay, I only want to strengthen in Singapore. I'm not going to go anywhere. Fine. Then we will try to see what we can do for you here in Singapore. Doesn't mean that we are global, means that you die must go out of Singapore. No. All right. Only you know your business best.
Hi, we welcome Shanshan.
Oh, hi Shanshan. Hi Shan. And recently I just came back from Uzbekistan. All right. One of my reasons for going to Uzbekistan is because with our strategic partnership with another chamber, we are trying to explore the market in Uzbekistan, or rather the market in Central Asia. So, but what I tell my member is that you have to go slow. I mean, although the market is promising, but to a certain extent, they are still a little slower. All right, so you must have the patience. But if you wish to just touch and go there, I would say that you might be disappointed. But if you're prepared to go there and invest in a little bit of time and effort, I believe the money is waiting for you. All right, so because they are also exploring so many different areas of work. So you cannot say, oh, I go there today, tomorrow I want to have a big business. I don't think you'll work that way. All right, and whether we might have a chapter there, I don't know. All right, because we have met up with some of the women entrepreneurs there. All right, they did casually express interest that, hey, could we have a chapter there? And we say, let's discuss. Right? So we just say, let's discuss. If it's suitable, then yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, business is about opportunity, and the more network or the more roots you have in other countries, that gives you countless opportunity. Now, I would like to welcome you guys. If you're tuning in live from Facebook, from YouTube, and from LinkedIn, if you are watching us, give us a like button, give us a heart, give us a share on your social media, so that the algorithm will work in our favor, right? And more people will get to know about this awesome business brand hour. And trust me, we the team behind this really put in a lot of work, right? To make this possible to you. So Annie, I have a question for you. For those people that are tuning in, right, that really is interested in IWFCI Singapore, and they want to find out more. Perhaps you can tell us a little bit more what to expect as a member, if
Okay.
if the audience tuning in would like to join as a member. Yeah.
Sure. First thing, like our Facebook, like our LinkedIn. All right, then you can connect with us. Because if you're not a member yet, you might not have our personal number to reach out to us or reach out to my membership chat. So at least the list, like our Facebook page, then you can at least send us a Facebook Messenger. So what can they expect? Firstly, membership is really affordable. All right, at this point in time, because we understand with COVID, people are still cranking the engine. So when you join us for a year, you actually get 2 years, right? So instead of 12 months, you actually get 24 months. So that's really a very good bonus. All right, and your membership, don't just buy the membership here in Singapore. Like say, if you happen to travel to, let's say, Philippines for an event, you will be recognized as an IWFCI member. All right, and on top of it, because of our collaboration with a Central Asia business chamber, if you wish to penetrate or enter into Central Asia market, we will be able to assist you as well. All right, and on top of it, we will also be having, we used to have our once a month connect and collaborate event that happens on the last Monday of each month. But I believe that's going to be changed to the last Friday of each month. All right, I think that, so it's still happening. So what happened is that as a member or even non-member, we welcome you to come for this connect and collaborate, a coffee session about 2 hours. We will invite you to do your two minute or 1 minute elevator pitch. No obligation. You come, you get to know us. You can come a few times. If after that you wish to join us, we'll be more than happy to welcome you to join us. And if I'm not wrong, at our last Exco meeting, we did say that we're also going to be introducing a day-long workshop based on our signature program known as BRIM, BRIM, which refers to business, relationship, image, and mental attitude. So it's going to be either half day or full day workshop for members and renewed members. Because after COVID, we realized that understanding business sustainability, not every one of us realize how. And I think it's important to continue to build relationship, and it's also important to maintain the right image, whether it's personal image or corporate image. And lastly, how do you have the right mental attitude to hold everything together? So that's already in place. We're actually seeking out members who are able to conduct such workshop. All right, so the workshop, I cannot say for sure it's going to be 100% free. Maybe we'll just collect a little token to help us cover for cost of the rental and all that. All right, so members will be very affordable. Non-member, if you wish to just come and join in the workshop, then of course you need to pay us a little bit more. All right, so members has its privileges.
That's very awesome.
To finalize that, yes. So as long as you're a member or you're a renewed member, you will be invited to come for this once a quarter workshop. Yeah.
Sounds very exciting. And now we come to the most exciting part. So I want to take a poll on the audience. For those of you who wants to see Annie get onto the hot seat, please type the comment hot seat.
What hot seat? My seat very hot already.
We're gonna ask her about the secrets, some of the secrets for events planning. Those of you who want to hear about that, please type in the comment. Please type in the comment hot seat. Right, we just want to see. We have Annie. We have your friend, I believe, Sarah. Saravana.
Hi, hello, hi Sarah. Okay, somebody's telling me the video is lagging. I think it's mine. Is it because I'm on Wi-Fi?
Yes, it's important to stay connected always. And yes, we have our first hot seat. Christina wants to see you in the hot seat. Okay, so we're gonna ask you, right, Annie? So as we all know that you are in the events business, so maybe you can talk a little bit to us about your events business. What's your company name? And particularly, we are very interested in how has the pandemic really hits you in terms of events business, because we know that events business is quite badly hit during the pandemic. Maybe you want to talk a little bit on this.
Okay. I thought today was only talk about brand hour. Okay, so anyway, thank you for asking.
That's why you are in the hot seat. It's unforeseen.
Yeah, I thought so, right? So I've been in events since like 30 years ago. So don't start minusing how young I am. I'm still very young. All right. So I started out, fresh out from school. I joined the public relations industry, and then since then I've moved on to PR and events and all that. So I was lucky. 15 years ago, that's half the time in events, I had a chance to start training, to go to events training. So I was still toggling between running events and doing training and all that, right? But I think it's also I'm also very thankful that because of the training, I kind of slowed down a little bit in terms of events. So when COVID hit, right, I wasn't that badly affected. Okay, so I'm very thankful in that sense. Not saying that my friends are unlucky and all that. Some were struggling, and some had managed to pivot to like virtual events and all that, which we're all very thankful. So I'm thankful in the sense that I didn't had to like struggle or even go back to the workforce in that sense. I still had my training to keep me afloat and so on and so forth. And along the way, some existing clients do come back to get me to run some virtual events. So I've reached that stage whereby I don't exactly pitch for jobs, not because I hao because events can be very tiring. After 30 years, it can be very tiring. All right, so I kind of like move to that space whereby if clients come to me, I mean, I would be more than happy to run the events for them, but I don't exactly pitch for events. All right, because there's just too much hassle to pitch for events. But having said that, right, pitching for events is still one of the bread and butter for people in events, right? Because there's so many events happening out there, and as an events person, right, we are very hopeful that the face-to-face event will continue to thrive. Although virtual event is kind of like taking a slice of the pie, but most of us veterans, we still prefer face-to-face. All right, it's like we still want to have the engagements and all that. Yeah. Having good connection and staying connected. So yes, I'm very thankful. I think all the relationships I built over the years have and still are keeping me sustainable. Right. So to me, I feel that maybe it wasn't intentional, but I guess along the way, because of the relationship I managed to build, it somehow gave me the sustainability.
That's very awesome to hear, right? Because it's really about events. Basically a lot of the people in the event space and all that came into the standstill. But I think is very fortunate for you that you actually pivoted towards the more on the training space and things like that. And that's where during pandemic, where people are confined in Singapore, they cannot travel. So they cannot travel, they upgrade themselves, right? They learn more new skill sets and things like that. And that's where also the training industry also didn't really went or didn't really get badly hit. Is also because of the government funding, right? There's a lot of support from the government as well in terms of the training industry as well. So yes, also one thing to know that I mean you've been events all your life. I've been calculating after you said that. For those of you who want to know Annie's age, I'll just tell you this. She started doing events when she was 12. Okay, then you just do the math. Okay, when she was 12, she started doing events. Yeah, so she's actually very young right now.
Yeah, so I think during the COVID, they also allowed me as I do my training, right? It also gave me the opportunity to clean up my own 2-day events cost. And I think just before 2022 ended, I have been informed that my 2-day event cost is going to receive they require the ITO certification, which means that Redbox event would be able to issue certificate when you come and attend the course. So kind of certify that you are competent enough to be running events.
And that is very awesome. So as a precursor to this 2 days class, perhaps you could give us for those members and fellow friends that are tuning in, we're gonna really put you in a hot seat, and we're gonna ask you what are some of the effective event planning tips, or considerations for somebody. Let's say, for example, planning an event. It can be as simple as maybe we consider like for online event and for hybrid and for physical events. I know physical events, there's a lot of things to do, but is there anything that you would like to give some golden nuggets, right?
I charge no, but never mind. Since you're so kind to host it, I give free. All right.
All right.
So let's take an example of a simple forum. Okay, so you say face-to-face or hybrid and all that, right? So for face-to-face forum, let's say meeting or conferences, right? First thing important is that we must always remember that the event is for the audience. Okay, so the audience is always the most important one. Sometimes customer will say, no, don't do it this way. I don't like it. You don't like it, it's your pasar, your problem, right? Your audience like it, you need to think about it. Because why? The audience are the one that's watching or engaging or enjoying your event, right? So it cannot be about you as the event owner, right? I won't say it's totally not about you, but you need to first understand why you're doing this. If let's say now you're doing a conference on sustainability, so the people coming here is to listen and learn about sustainability, right? So you need to give those information, right? So if it's a face-to-face, you need to ensure that your speaker can engage the audience face-to-face. Some people are very good online. They can talk, wow, very good, but you put them on stage, they just stand there and that's it, right? So you need to know if it's a face-to-face forum, the speaker you choose must be able to engage your audience live. All right. If let's say now I have to move this whole thing into virtual, not hybrid yet, virtual. Again, the speaker engage your audience through this little camera? The person could be fantastic on stage, wow, like a drama and everything. You put the person on screen, looking at the little camera, the person becomes so watered down that he or she doesn't communicate that across, the message doesn't get across. Then the audience will like, I thought this speaker is fantastic, but why is this speaker so boring and so mundane? All right. And then lastly, hybrid. Think about it, right? If you have audience live there on stage, let's say the person is on stage, you have live audience, but you are also streaming it out. You have another set of audience that's watching you from all around the world. Your speaker better be able to engage there in person, must also on and off remember, I have a virtual audience there. You cannot just talk to the audience in front, then you forget those that's watching you. Right? And even the way you walk on stage, you pace, you must know, if you're always showing your back to the camera, that's not nice. But not everybody can do that. Some speaker, when they speak, they forget everything else. They only see what's in front. Some speakers are very good. So if you're a conference organizer, just for that matter, you must know, you must ask the person. It may not be the nicest thing to ask a speaker. Then do your own research. See whether this person has done virtual. See whether this person has done a pure hybrid and all that. All right, and search online for the video content. Many times we look for speaker. You know what the speaker will do? Send you a write-up. But you can read the credential, but you've never seen the person deliver. So how do you know how good they are? On paper, I can write until I'm so fantastic, right? But when you deliver, you cannot deliver, you can't stop the person because the person is live there already. Okay, so this is just the most basic, about conference. Voila. Okay, Christina is asking something.
Wait, we want to welcome Michael Peter.
Hi, Michael.
From Nigeria. Wow. Annie, you're going international.
No, Michael came for an event in August. He came for an environment sustainable event. Yeah, they came and pitched for it was a conference on environment sustainability.
Hi, Michael.
So we're waiting to go to Nigeria. Yes. Okay, in event planning, do you think MC is very important to have? Okay, I think it depends on the scale of the event. If it's a professional event, it's a global event, it's always good to have the MC. But it's always important for you to brief the MC, right? You're going to brief the MC properly, what needs to be done. And for me personally, especially if the event is very important, I want to make sure that the MC that I engage, I have worked with him or her before. Okay, so I'll give one example, like the last Global Summit. Samson was our MC, Samson, huh? Samson was our MC. And because we have worked before together, so, when you work before together, sometimes when things are not going right, you look at the MC know exactly what he or she needs to do. Yeah, you just look like, you just give the crowd, you just glance at them, you're like, all right. And that can only happen if you have worked enough together. Right? If you've never worked enough, then it's going to be tough. All right. So yeah, you're gonna brief the MC, otherwise the MC won't know what's going on. All right. And sometimes when you make changes, any minute change you make to your program, especially when it's running already the program, make sure the MC knows. Because the MC don't know, Then suddenly you go up and say, hey, why did you announce that? But MC was like, you didn't tell me. So between you and the MC, or rather between your show producer and the MC, they must like this. They must be tightly connected to know what's going on. All right. Otherwise, it's not going to be tough. And whether you hire a professional MC or not, depends if you have budget. Then yeah, it's nice to have a professional MC. But if let's say budget is a little bit stretched, if among your team, somebody can host it, it's also good. But make sure that person knows exactly the program. All right, and there are also a lot of upcoming MCs that if you don't mind giving them a chance, then you can always give them a chance.
And then I love it also. Just now when you shared about the speaker, that some speaker, one of the consideration that could be our blind spot is, you said, firstly you need to ask the speaker whether the speaker is used to training online, and this is very real, right? Because like for me, when I first started out training online, right, I have a screen that is my speaker notes, and I have a screen that I'm looking at everyone and at the stream here. That is my setup. Initially, when I was training, I was actually looking at the speaker notes like that and talking. And then I realized that I wasn't talking to the audience, right? Because I was looking at my second screen, right? It really looked like that, like when I'm talking to you. But then I realized that what I need to do is I need to just occasionally glance at my speaker notes, and that's fine. And then I go back to the audience, right? And that is really like what you say, an experienced speaker who has done both online and offline, it will be able to carry that through, right? And that is really essentially a blind spot, especially when you have a tight timeline to organize events, right? So really thank you for that golden nugget, man.
Okay, what will you do as an event planner when the keynote speaker is very boring and then okay, Christina, in the first place, if you are an experienced event planner, you won't even allow that to happen. All right. But usually keynote speakers, we invite them in. Sometimes it's because we need to have that anchor speaker. And if honestly speaking, that person is like the only person that is the expert in that field, sometimes you have no choice. All right. So it's important for you to understand and maybe see, are you able to break it up in terms of some maybe Q&A in between. We don't normally do Q&A in between a keynote speaker, all right, because we don't want to interrupt the flow, right? And because sometimes question may be so long and answer is so long, then you break the flow. But sometimes you may have no choice. So you need to, that's why I say, right, when you are inviting the speaker, always ask to see their video testimonial, or whether there's any video recording of their past speeches, all right, or their past engagement, and you can see from that. Right? Some people, even the keynote speaker is a little bit boring and all that, but it's because they are the expert. People will just give them the respect. All right. So I don't have the perfect answer for you, but it's that you need to then know what is the you can either break it out a little bit here and there. All right. If you think that they are really, really boring, but you need to tell the speaker in advance, and you need to brief the MC in advance so the MC knows how to kind of like do the interjection to say, okay, come on, let's have. Do we have a question from the floor? You can plan the questions, because you would have probably see the keynote address. You can plan one or two questions so that they can ask. Right? So it's a very short question and all that kind of thing. Yeah. So it can be. We don't normally recommend that because why? That's why when we are searching for keynote, we always do very in-depth research first before we select the speaker. Because it's quite embarrassing if the person go on and on and on and don't know how to stop. It's very embarrassing.
And I think something more difficult to manage will be panel discussion, right? Where somebody hogging the limelight and things like that. Maybe you can share with us a little bit of this of your experience.
Okay, so for panel discussion, right, although it looks like a panel discussion, it's not technically free for all. Okay, so let me share the panel discussion that we had for our last summit, right? So we had 4 or 5 panels. So the moderator will already introduce to the speaker. The speaker know exactly what the moderator is going to ask them. We'll tell them, okay, this is how we start. Moderator will introduce each and one of you. That's 30 seconds. This is Annie, this is Eugene, and so on. And after that, moderator will invite each one of you to share for, say, 3 minutes. All right. So everybody already know in advance that they're supposed to share for 3 minutes. Do they want to use slide? Do they not want to use slide? They have to tell us. If you want to use slide, we'll have it slide pump up on screen for you. So 3 minutes, finish. Then moderator will come back and thank you very much. And now let's just, we have some questions from the floor, or moderator would have prepared a couple of questions that sometimes we have given in advance to the panelists. So the panelists actually already know that these are the questions potentially to be asked. So that's how we managed it. So even we say 45 minutes, we more or less still can cap it within 45 minutes. So your choice of moderator is very important. Yeah. So your moderator must know how to interject. The moderator must know how to interject. So your choice of moderator is very important.
So how do you handle somebody that want to hog the mic?
we ask the soundboard to cut off the microphone. No, I'm just kidding. So usually sometimes what we do is, if the moderator have issue, we notice that the moderator has issue kind of like taking control. Don't forget we still have an MC. All right, so sometimes MC may just come in. MC, because they are trained to handle all this kind of thing, right? Sometimes they have a little way to like that means that they will catch that most minute pause. All right, let's say the panelists happen to break for that 2 seconds. The MC will come in and say, okay, you know what, everyone, I think there may be a question from the floor. Very fast one, and the MC will only do it on instruction by the event owner. So for example, if let's say during my last summit, right, if I realize that one of the panelists, keep holding, then we will probably go to the MC or like to Samson and say, Samson, we need you. Can you find a chance to interject? Then he'll say, okay, I take note. Then he will interject. He will not do it unless he's being told. Then of course, sometimes the MC will ask you, okay, who's going to ask the question? So we need to plan. Then we go up to you and say, Eugene, can you just ask this question, okay? All stand by ready. Then we will signal to MC. MC will then say. Then MC say, oh, I think we saw a hand there trying to ask a question. The gentleman there. Then the person, let's say, you will stand up and say, yeah, sorry, thank you so much for noticing me. Then you ask the question. And then the question is not to the panelist. The question is to another panelist that we know is like the short and sharp one. You ask back the same panelist, it will never end.
Got it.
Yeah. So everything is, you can say to a certain extent, is engineered.
Right.
Engineer it.
Yes, and if you are tuning in live. Yeah, go ahead.
No, so although it's smooth, right? It's smooth is because it's been engineered. It doesn't just happen like that.
Awesome. And if you guys are watching in live, who got value? If you got value out of this sharing, really, can you type in the comments value, right? Value. We just want to hear who have actually gotten value, and almost we are coming to the landing point. So perhaps you have any one or two questions that you're want to ask, that you can't sleep tonight, you have to get it off your chest. This is the moment that you are waiting for. Yes, we thank you, Christina, that you have gotten value from this, right? And if you're watching us on the replay, continue to share this because we want this business brand hour to get out to as many people as possible. And we are also taking this opportunity for us, if it is possible, that we can increase the recruitment drive for IWFCIS, right? Right. Any last questions, burning questions that you can't sleep unless you ask any? Jude, are you there? Now is your time, Jude.
Don't know, you see there.
Yeah. Okay. Any last questions? Perhaps I will start something. Okay. Generally, Annie, how long do we need to promote? Let's say, for example, an event.
Okay, for conference event, like if you need like at least 200 to 300 participants minimum, you need at least 6 months to market, not prepare. 6 months to market. All right, because before you market, you need to have everything planned, right? So that could be 3 months or even 6 months ahead. So that's why I say since the start of 2021, right, we were already like neglecting our members. And our event was only in September 2022. So it was like 1 year and 9 months though. We kind of neglected them and all that. Yeah. So easily. But if you're talking about other events like roadshow, corporate events, then there's no need to market because the client, they are bringing the audience. But even then, you may still need like 3 months of prep work. So it really depends, right?
And Jude has answered. No questions. All right. So any last tips? Then we can wrap up. Any last tips, and also last tips on event, and maybe some words on the recruitment drive perhaps, and then we'll end it with this.
Sure. Okay, I think in terms of tips, right, all I've got to say is that regardless of what event you're doing, always remember that you're running the event for the audience. All right, it's not just for yourself. It could be your pet project, but you got to remember that it's the people who's coming for the event, it's the people who's supporting your event that's going to make the event a success. All right, so if it's only about you, then I won't say the event will fail, but people who come for the event may say, like that, So always remember, your audience is going to make or break your event. All right. And then, of course, all the other partners are also there because they support the event. Right. So please always remember that. Okay. Whether it's a free event or a paid event, they are still the one that's going to make your event a success. Not only just that, if they enjoy the event, they're going to talk about it. So you get your free publicity from this group of people. Okay. So that's one takeaway. If we choose to promote a training, this is events, though, Mr. Lim. What is his question? If wishes to promote a training program.
I think he's trying to ask, like, if he has a training program, how long do he need to promote it roughly,
Free program, then you don't need to promote very fast. People like free things. Paid program, okay. So again, it depends. If it's like one full class of 20, 30 people, it depends on, at the moment, who are you going to target, right? So if let's say you're going to sell, sell design thinking course, then you gotta ask yourself, who are you targeting? Who do you think needs this? All right. I mean, if you're going to target let's say the HR people, then you need to sell to them the purpose of the event, right? I mean, why would design thinking be useful to a HR practitioner? So you need to speak that lingo to them. So if you speak the right lingo, you'll probably be able to sell faster. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's precisely. And based on my experience for a training program, I normally plus minus I take 1 month to 1.5 months to promote, right?
You
Especially
want to 2 months, that's very safe.
Yeah, I think 2 months is better because depending also whether you have a warm social media base or not. If you're starting from zero, your Facebook has very little likes. Let's say you have only 200 followers. Then probably it's better that you take about 2 months. If your Facebook has like thousands of followers and all that, it's probably easier because people already know you and people already know the quality of the events that you'll be rolling out, right? Yeah. So
SEO
sorry?
king. That's coming from the SEO king, telling you that your follower must be there.
Yes. So personally, for me, I have a Telegram group that is of 800 packs. So anytime I have a digital marketing program, I just blast it out in the Telegram. I get some organic responses and thing. But don't despair if you don't have followers. It really takes some time to really build out the followers, and promotion should be ads. Jude asked, is it promotion should be ads? It should be anything that you can get your message across, right? Anything, whether is it email list. But then again, you need to ask yourself if ads is really called cold outreach. That means people do not know you. So people do not know you, the messaging is different. You have to sell more on the benefits. But when people know you, you don't have to sell so much on the benefits, right? People already know the quality of training you do. You just tell them, hey, my next run is this. That's essentially what I do. I just telling people, because I'm doing a lot of SEO courses and all that. My next run is this. You want to date match, join, something like that. So it really depends. For cold outreach is a bit difficult. For ads, you need to look at targeting. You need to look at messaging, right? Probably that's for another discussion. right?
Yes.
And Christina said, thank you for sharing your experience on event planning. You guys notice that this is really hot seat. There's no script whatsoever. And I really ask any the really hard questions or those secrets that I myself want to know. Right?
Okay, and then I know you also asked me about the so-called membership drive. We
Yeah.
normally don't intentionally do membership drive, all right, because we always believe that we will want you to come and experience our events. We want you to come and experience our members. I mean, the people like my team who host all the events and all that, because we believe that you must enjoy the dynamism of the association. You must also enjoy the people that's behind the association before you say take my money. All right.
Yeah.
So we usually don't like purposely do like the recruitment drive. We say just come for our event, no obligation, just feel free to come, bring your friend, and just see. If you like what you see, you enjoy yourself, then we welcome you to be part of the family. So this has worked pretty well for so far for the last few years and all that. And yeah, we're thankful that people do sign up, like when they come for event after 1 or 2 times, they say, hey, I really like this group. No pressure and so on and so forth. As we all know, there's some business group that's very pressurizing. All right, so no pressure. So I think it sings well with certain people. So yeah, we're going to continue with that.
So Shan said, thank you, Annie. So really thank you for the opportunity to be a host for this first inaugural Business Brand Hour. Do stay tuned, more to come, right? Watch our feed. We will announce to you when is the next one next week, right? Next week is the next one. So we will see you, right? Same time next week. We will see you, right? So Annie will close.
If you're keen, if you're a member and you're listening to this and you're keen, connect with me. Or just leave a message on our Facebook page. All right, we will, look at it, and then we will definitely get back to you. For those of you who know our contact details, you can text my membership chair, Christina. All right, or you can text me directly and let me know, say, hey, I'll be keen to do this, and then we will be in touch. All right, so but we say we have already lined up everybody until end of March. So anyone that's going to be lined up will be April or May onwards and all that. Yeah.
Same day, yeah, Jude. Same day, same time next week.
Yes. Same day, same time. Okay, whether we will let non-member come in now, we decide, okay? Maybe we charge them, right, Eugene?
Yeah. Charge them. Yeah, charge them. So thank you very much for joining the live. Yeah, we have come to a landing. So see you guys next week. So we'll just wait.
See you guys. Have a good night and have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.